Why do so many poor people think that they can save their way to becoming a millionaire and yet they know nobody who has achieved it themselves? And by poor people, we're basically including everyone and anyone that isn't wealthy. Yes, that does include the middle classes as well.
Whenever we're talking about people, we always lump the middle classes with the so-called poor because we are exactly the same, with perhaps some more expensive material possessions. You know, the fancy car, or the fancy dinnerware that only gets used on special occasions.
We've seen three approaches or mindsets when it comes to money, but only one can result in serious wealth before old age. Sadly, this approach is seldom taught and even less frequently put into action. Money is a game, and yet most people are just spectators, happily, or in most cases miserably, watching as other more successful people create opportunities and wealth for themselves. You need to get out of the stands and onto the pitch.
Know-it-all spectators are even willing to chip in with their opinions and criticisms, and yet have never done anything themselves. Take a football fan for instance. He might be a fat, alcoholic pig who couldn't run half the length of a football pitch, but he sure knows what the professional football player should do.
If you don't want to live a non-fulfilling average life, then you need to take control. Control your money, control your life.
In this video, we're going to talk about the three money mindsets: attack, defense, and the do-nothings, and bust some myths around wealth creation. Let's check it out. Welcome to moneyunshackled.com, the investing channel and website that sets you and your finances free. This is Andy, I'm Ben, and if you like what we say, hit the like button and click subscribe.
Don't forget to check out the millionaire.com offers page, where we have hundreds of pounds of cash bonuses that you can snap up when you sign up to any of the investment and peer-to-peer lending platforms listed. We'll put the link in the offers page in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Now let's get into the video.
The do-nothings. Whatever you do, please don't end up in this group. This is probably the largest group and is the worst money mindset to have. As the name suggests, they do nothing, achieve nothing, and get nowhere. They have no control, are on the path to two destinations: mediocrity and failed dreams.
These are people that are not just on the breadline. Quite often these are people that earn good money, but the money goes out as quick as it comes in. And when we say good money, in inverted commas, we're talking about good money from society's perspective. Personally, we don't want this to be your dream. We think that you deserve and can achieve so much more.
There's a very good book called The Rules of Wealth by Richard Templar, which we have listed on our website under the top books section. There's a treasure trove of must-read books here, so it's worth checking that resource out. Anyway, one of the rules is that most people are too lazy to be wealthy.
We couldn't agree more. To become wealthy is hard work and requires more grit, more determination, more perseverance, and more sacrifices than the average person is willing to give. The average person may say they want to be rich, but they're not prepared to pay the price. And to quote Richard, they may buy a lottery ticket as a sort of half-hearted gesture of wanting to be rich, but they aren't prepared to put in the work.
It's the equivalent of wanting to be ripped, but not being prepared to put in the grueling workouts and the commitment to a healthy lifestyle. There are no shortcuts in life. As with all good things in life, there is an admission price, and the average person is simply not willing to pay.
The most worrying thing about the do-nothings is that they are at the mercy of the universe. They pretty much have no rainy day fund, definitely no retirement savings, and are usually riddled in consumer debt and live paycheck to paycheck.
Defense. Next up are those that are playing defense. They think that this will make them rich, but it won't. The strategies used here involve cutting back all unnecessary expenditure. After all, a penny saved is a penny earned. This is nonsense. Usually, a penny saved is a pound lost.
We know this because we both used to play a semi-defense strategy. I used to have a spreadsheet whereby if I could invest a certain amount each month by being thrifty, I would be able to retire sometime in my late 50s, and I had even earmarked future pay rises towards increased savings. A lifetime of frugality and working a career that did not excite me would only lead to an early retirement in society's eyes. This still wasn't good enough for me. And by the way, retiring in your 50s is not early retirement, no matter what the government, the media, and the people around you say.
Despite now advocating a more aggressive approach, we still support a measured approach to cutting costs. We don't waste money by being careless, and there is still no need to spend excessively, but you cannot save your way to wealth. The long-term price to your health and happiness is not worth paying.
What concerns us the most is that the strategy of conserving money to become rich is widely believed. It's a false economy. I've lost count of the number of people that have told me not to buy meal deals that cost £3 from the likes of Tesco. My response is always the same: it's not worth my time to make my own, and it's a chore I could do without.
The same can be said about buying coffee at work every day or other small purchases. We can hear some of you shouting at the screen right now. That's stupid. If you cut out Starbucks, you could save yourself 800 quid a year. We used to think like this, and it was something that was difficult to come to terms with back when we were both playing a defense strategy. Only now can we see that this is doomed to fail. Hopefully, this will become evident when we move on to the attack strategy.
As Richard Templar says, small economies won't make you wealthy, but they will make you miserable. Wealthy people don't scrimp and save, they don't clip coupons, and they don't fret about spending a few pennies.
I was listening to an audiobook recently by Grant Cardone, a multimillionaire, and he regales a story of how he would keep his car running outside his office while he was working during the day, just so it would be warm when he got in it on his way home.
A word of warning: don't start spending like crazy unless you step up and make the move to the attack strategy.
Attack! Anybody can become wealthy if they apply themselves and take on some risk. You cannot grow money, whether that be by investing or starting a business, if you do not risk it.
Money needs to be put to work to allow it the freedom to grow. Huge sums of money can be made if you create value. You essentially have two types of people: creators and consumers.
The creators are entrepreneurs. They create the products and services that other people consume. By doing so, they create value and therefore more money. Money is infinite. It does not discriminate. It flows from those who value it least to those that value it most.
When you work a job, you are creating value, but in most cases, small sums of value, and therefore you are remunerated poorly. The wealthy create value that's desired by many people, and hence they are paid huge sums of money.
You have to speculate to accumulate. You get nothing for free. Those that never try throw out phrases such as, "you need money to make money." No, this is your excuse for not trying. There are countless examples of people who have built business empires from nothing. You're not a failure because you didn't succeed. You're a failure because you didn't try.
By going on the attack, you give yourself the opportunity to earn real, life-changing money and to join the ranks of the wealthy. There are countless ways to start making real scalable money, from starting a side hustle business at home to investing in cash-flowing assets. But the alternative of scrimping and saving to save a few pennies is wasted time.
We know it's easier said than done, but it's far better to exert your energies on growing your top-line income. The poor never value their time, which is why they think it's better to spend time to save pennies and do everything yourself.
Question of the day: have you been focusing on a defensive strategy? Or worse, have you been doing nothing? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching! On this channel we talk a lot about personal finance, investing and all things money. And if you want to see more great content, please click the subscribe button below.
This is moneyunshackled.com. See you next time.